Taehyung sat on the edge of his bed, staring blankly at the wall in front of him. His mind was a whirlwind of doubt and insecurities that seemed to suffocate him at every turn. He couldn't shake off the memories of his past relationship where the girl he thought he loved had suddenly disappeared. Without a word, after 2 years of talking, the pain of being ghosted had left a deep scar on his heart. Making him question his worth and his ability to be loved. Wan stood in the doorway, watching him with a mixture of concern and love in her eyes. She had known Taehyung for 5 years now, silently loving him from afar without ever expecting anything in return. She had seen the way he struggled with his demons, how he pushed people away, including her. Whenever they got too close, but she never gave up on him, always there to offer a listening ear or a comforting presence when he needed it the most. Taehyung, Ryan spoke softly, breaking the heavy silence that hung between them. I know you're hurting, but you don't have to do it alone. Let me help you. Taehyung's gaze flickered towards her, his eyes filled with a mixture of gratitude and fear. He wanted to let her in, to let her see the broken pieces of himself that he had been hiding for so long. But the fear of being hurt again, of being abandoned like before, held him back. It's not your job to fix me, Wayan, Taehyung whispered, his voice laced with self doubt. I'm broken beyond repair. Wayan took a step closer, closing the distance between them. She knelt down in front of him. Her eyes locking with his as she reached out to gently cup his face in her hands. It's not my job to fix you, Ryan repeated, her voice unwavering. But it is my job to hold your hand while you fix yourself. You don't have to go through this alone, Taehyung. I'm here for you always. Tears welled up in his eyes as he felt the weight of her words sink in. He had never known someone who loved him so unconditionally, who saw past his flaws and scars and still chose to stay by his side. It was both terrifying and comforting at the same time. Wyan leaned in and pressed a gentle kiss to his forehead, a silent promise of her unwavering support and love. Taehyung closed his eyes, letting himself lean into her touch, allowing himself to feel the warmth of her love seep into his broken soul. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Wyan's unwavering support and love continued to work its magic on Taehyung's wounded soul. Her gestures, both big and small, spoke volumes of her love for him, and slowly but surely they began to chip away at the walls he had built around his heart. One evening, after a particularly rough day at work, Taehyung came home feeling defeated and exhausted. He slumped down on the couch, his head in his hands as he tried to shake off the weight of the day. Vian, sensing his distress, quietly approached him with a warm cup of tea in hand. She sat down beside him, offering him a comforting presence he so desperately needed. Here, Vian said softly, handing him the cup of tea. I thought you could use this. Taehyung looked up at her with tired eyes. A small smile tugged at the corners of his lips. He took the cup from her hands. Inhaling the soothing aroma of chamomile and honey, the simple gesture of her making him tea felt like a warm embrace. A reminder that he was not alone in his struggles. Thank you, Ryan, Taehyung whispered, his voice filled with gratitude. Ryan smiled back at him, her eyes filled with understanding and compassion. Anytime, Taehyung. I'm here for you always. And in that moment, Taehyung felt a wave of warmth wash over him, a sense of comfort and safety that he hadn't felt in a long time. It was in moments like these, in Ryan's small acts of kindness and thoughtfulness, that he began to see himself through her eyes, worthy of love and care. As time went on, Ryan's gestures of love and support only grew more profound. She would leave little notes of encouragement for Taehyung to find in his pockets or on his desk, reminding him of his strength and resilience. She would cook his favorite meals when he was feeling down, filling their home with a comforting aroma of home cooked food and love. But it was in the quiet moments, the ones that were shared between just the two of them, that Taehyung truly felt the depth of Vian's love. Like the time when they sat on the rooftop under a blanket of stars, sharing stories and dreams until the early hours of the morning. Oh, and they danced in the living room to their favorite songs, laughter filling the air as they moved in perfect harmony. One day, as they walked hand in hand through a beach while sunset, Taehyung couldn't help but marvel at the way Vine's presence seemed to light up his world. Her laughter was like music to his ears, her smile like sunshine on a cloudy day, and as they sat down on the beach, looking at the mesmerizing view, Taehyung turned to Vian with a look of wonder in his eyes. Never knew I could feel this way, Taehyung admitted. You make me want to be a better man, Vian. Vian's eyes sparkled with love and pride as she gazed at him, her heart overflowing with affection. You already are a wonderful man, Taehyung, and I'm here to remind you of that every day. And in that moment, Taehyung felt a surge of love and gratitude wash over him. He realized that it wasn't just Vian's gesture that made him love himself more and more each day. It was her unwavering belief in him, her unwavering support and encouragement that showed him he was capable of so much more than he ever thought possible. As they sat there basking in the warmth of each other's love, Taehyung knew that he had found something truly special in Vian. She was not just his partner or his confidant. She was his rock, his guiding light in the darkness, his beacon of hope and love. And as they walked hand in hand back home, their hearts intertwined in a bond that could weather any storm. Taehyung knew that he was no longer alone in his journey towards self love and healing. With Vian by his side, he had found a love that was pure and unconditional, a love that made him feel whole and complete in ways he had never experienced before. And for that, he was eternally grateful to the girl who had shown him how to love himself again. One gesture at a time.